Welcome everybody to a brand new video. Today, let's talk about skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. A lot of people didn't have fun with the beta. Myself, I was not included in that group of people because I actually had a pretty good time. I enjoyed the game. However, a lot of people didn't enjoy it because they thought it was really difficult, it was very frustrating, and a lot of people were under the suspicion that skill-based matchmaking was in the game. And there is a YouTuber called Sour who uploaded a video basically testing this theory of whether or not skill-based matchmaking is in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So he went into 5 games and essentially reverse boosted, and then at the end of those 5 games when he went into another lobby, everyone was very bot-like, everyone just fucking sucked. It was basically a dream lobby for a pub stomper. If you guys have not seen that video, it is going to be the first link at the top of the description. You absolutely should check out the video and see what I'm talking about. The footage is very surprising and it just blew me away the first time I saw it. I mean, it's crazy. We haven't actually gotten an official statement from Activision or Infinity Ward to say whether or not there is skill-based matchmaking in the game, but based off of those tests that Sour did, it is pretty obvious that there is some sort of algorithm in the game that determines how good of a player you are and the type of players you're going to be going up against. And in this video, I want to basically give you guys my thoughts of skill-based matchmaking, whether I think it belongs in the game, and flat out, I'm just going to come out and say this: skill-based matchmaking does not deserve to be in public matches. I simply cannot understand the developers' side of this, where they want to put skill-based matchmaking into public matches, but then also on the side have a ranked mode. If you have any sort of competitive game mode in your game, then why have skill-based matchmaking in public lobbies? They should specifically make league play if you want to actually play against people of your own skill, and then public matches where anybody can go in. It should be strictly connection based. You should simply connect to the best game in terms of connection. I really do not understand the point of putting this system in a public match. If you are a new player, you've never touched the game before, have a specific game mode for these types of players. For example, a ranked mode, league play. These players are going to go into these games and they are going to be matched up with people of the same skill as them. So I don't understand the developers' philosophy behind putting skill-based matchmaking into public matches, because that's where the game is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be casual, and anybody should be able to play with anybody else. The developers this year around are really stressing the fact that they want this game to be fun. They want to bring fun back into Call of Duty. And I'm just going to say this right here: skill-based matchmaking does not, and I say this again, does not make the game fun. It might make the game a little bit more fun for the casual audience who comes into the game for the first time, who have never played a first-person shooters, you know, for the kids. But for your more seasoned players, your veterans, the people who are really good at this game, they don't want to come into a public match and then get stomped themselves. The whole fun of Call of Duty, the reason we fell in love with the series to begin with, is because we were those bad players at one point, and we saw these kill streaks being called in. We saw somebody in a Juggernaut suit. We saw an AC-130. We saw a chopper gunner. We saw someone get a nuke in Modern Warfare 2, which is very fitting because there is a nuke in this game. When we were those bad players, the reason we continue to play the game is because we looked at these kill streaks and we thought to ourselves, oh my god, if I get good enough, I could one day obtain that kill streak, and I could be the one shitting on everybody in the lobby. I don't know about you, but talking from personal experience, that is exactly why I started playing this series and what got me addicted in the first place. My main goal from the very beginning, when I first started playing, was to get those kill streaks and to fuck everybody up. And it is incredibly difficult to get that experience when you have skill-based matchmaking in public matches. Without skill-based matchmaking, yes, the newer players are going to get shit on, but honestly, they are going to learn a lot faster through getting shit on than if they were to go against bot players like themselves. You might have a small amount of the fan base that leaves the game because they don't like the idea of losing, but most people who get introduced to the series and find out about kill streaks, they're going to look at these kill streaks and how hard they're getting killed by them and think, oh my god, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to get that kill streak, and I want to have fun. For the audience that are looking to go up against people of the same skill as them and simply just focus on winning and getting better as a player, they are going to go into ranked mode. That's why league play is there. I just do not understand why they have to force this onto us. At that point, it really takes away the value from both game modes, both the competitive game mode and the public game mode, because they're essentially the same thing at that point. The only difference is that when you go into a public match, you don't actually know what the ranks of the other players are. I understand that this is just a beta at the moment, and they are testing things, but I hope to God they do not have skill-based matchmaking in the game at release. If it does, it could seriously kill this game. It failed in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and the few times they've tried to iterate it over the last few years in previous titles, people have hated it. People can immediately tell when skill-based matchmaking is in the game, and personally, if skill-based matchmaking is in the game, I'm going to exploit it. I might not reverse boost, but I will add some really terrible player in my game to my friends list so that I can join session off of him and play in these fun lobbies, because as I said, if I want to go up against people of the same skill as me, I will go into the competitive game mode. There is no reason whatsoever to have skill-based matchmaking in the public game modes. It's not fun for everybody, and especially the seasoned players. For the people who are actually really good at this game, it completely kills it for us. As a result, you'll have a bunch of YouTubers who come out and express their frustration with the skill-based matchmaking and talk about how the game isn't good as a result, and it affects the reputation of the game, and it affects other people's view of it, and it makes people not want to play the game, because if you're hearing other people talk badly about it, then obviously nobody is going to want to play the game. Instead, if you remove skill-based matchmaking, then you allow us YouTubers and content creators to get those high scoring gameplays where we get those kill streaks and where we get to upload those gameplays and say, this game is awesome, you should check it out because look what I'm doing to the enemy team, look how much fun this is, and you're able to actually show it instead of just watching somebody camp all game, not getting any kill streaks, and not shitting on people. What people want to see when they watch YouTube videos of a game like Call of Duty is they want to see people rushing, they want to see fast-paced action, they want to see kill streaks being obtained and what those kill streaks can do. With skill-based matchmaking, you completely remove this possibility. You might get kill streaks every once in a while, but it's not going to feel rewarding because it's just as difficult at the beginning to get kill streaks as it is later when you're as good at the game. And one of the biggest selling points of this game, the fact that the nuke is returning. Nobody is going to be able to get a nuke. If I'm going up against people who are the same skill as me, and I'm not like a fantastic player or anything, but I would consider myself above average, I can't get a nuke against people of the same skill as me. And yes, I want to shit on bad players. People be like, oh, that's really shallow because all you want to do is get easy lobbies. Yeah, because that's what Call of Duty was. Call of Duty from the beginning, it was basically a one-man army game. It's just about you shitting on the enemy team, getting kill streaks. That's the fun of it. The fun of the game is killing other players and doing better than them. When you have an even playing field where nobody's going up against anybody of a different skill, then it takes the fun out of the game and it doesn't feel like you're progressing as a player. It just feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're not able to get that nuke. You're not able to do significantly better than other people. Therefore, there's no contrast in having fun. Infinity Ward, you yourself said that you don't want this game to be overly balanced because a lot of previous Call of Duties have been doing that over the last few years. And implementing skill-based matchmaking is exactly that. What you're doing is making the game overly balanced, and you're not allowing any sort of diversity in the way people play because everybody has to use the most meta strategies. Nobody can fuck around with other weapons that are a little bit more unconventional. If you guys somehow come across this video, please remove skill-based matchmaking. It can seriously kill this game, and I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want skill-based matchmaking in public games. Have your ranked game mode. Have league play. That's where it belongs, but it does not belong in the public lobbies. That's pretty much all I had to say about this topic. I'm going to wrap this video up here. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, please be sure to subscribe. I'll have my last video in the corner. If you haven't checked that out already, definitely make sure to check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.